This is a James film.
Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is disassembling and cleaning a Sony Dual Shock 2 controller. The controller was having a couple issues with button presses on the X and triangle specifically, and so I wanted to take it apart, clean it, and try to address that issue. So really, the only tool that you'll need for this is a small Phillips head screwdriver. The one that I'm using, I got in a fix-it kit from Amazon for something like $12. And it doesn't really matter what kind you use so long as it fits. So, if you've ever been inside a gaming controller, you'll know that the contact pads for the buttons are usually directly on the PCB. However, in the DualShock 2 controller, the contact pads for the buttons are on a flexible plastic membrane that connects to the PCB via a ribbon cable. So, disassembly is pretty easy, and once you get out the 7 screws, pretty much everything basically falls out. Really, the only thing that you have to kind of struggle with is the L2 and R2 buttons, but really all you have to do is take a small object and press on the interior tab and then push it out a little bit and then press on the exterior tab. I didn't exactly realize that and struggled with it for quite some time before I finally figured that out. Next, I'm just going to get some soapy water, just water in a dish and then some dish soap and a toothbrush and scrub down the parts. One of the unanticipated aspects of this project was how difficult it was going to be to dry all the parts. There are just tons and tons of nooks and crannies in all those parts, and so you have to be very careful. Make sure you get all the water out before you put it back together. One thing that I would suggest is possibly using isopropyl alcohol to rinse the parts after you're done scrubbing them, because that will dry quicker than just plain water. And then also making sure you have compressed air on hand just to blow them off, and that should accelerate the process significantly. One thing I did was using isopropyl alcohol and Q-tips to clean off the conductive pads on the rubber button membranes. You can also use pencil erasers to do this, and if you're having connectivity issues or you're having issues getting a button press to register, this is a great way to fix that. Putting the controller back together is pretty straightforward. The only thing you really need to look out for is the L2 and R2 buttons, which need to be put back after the controller has been closed up. there you have it. Simple as that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fix the issue, so I'm going to attempt to mod it with clicky buttons, and I'll see how that works out.